Hello, my name is Gary Himes. This is my PowerPoint presentation for 7140 Health Information Technology on how to tape a lateral ankle sprain. This is a PowerPoint that I revamped to do with my high school kids. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is the anatomy of the ankle. We're going to focus on the fibula, the calcanea, and the talus as far as the skeletal system goes. We're going to focus on the anterior talofibular ligament, the calcaneofibular ligament, and the posterior talofibular ligament. As far as our ligaments goes, understand that ligaments connect bone to bone, and the reason that we're focusing on lateral ones is, and this type of anatomy, is with the fibula extending more distally than the tibia. That's why most of the sprains are inversion sprains, giving us a lateral ankle sprain. Okay, is that ankle really injured? We go over what an injured ankle looks like. Obviously, this young man from Alabama, he has probably a fractured ankle, which we would need a little bit more than tape. Then we discuss how to deal with the patient that has swelling and how to tape them as well. Steps we start with, we have our Heal and Lace pads, which has some skin lube or Vaseline between them, our underwrap or pre-wrap tape, and then the shark that we use to cut off the tape job at the end. I like to use shark with high school students versus scissors. Proper positioning of the ankle, which is very important, which we have to make sure that we're maintaining throughout the entire job, the tape job. We want the ankle at 90 degrees. Okay, we don't want the toes being pointed. It's going to cause some issues potentially along the line with the Achilles tendon, and it's going to change potentially the way the person runs. First thing we're going to do is apply the Heal and Lace pads with that Vaseline in the middle. We're going to spray them down, which helps the pre-wrap stick a little bit, and we're going to wrap them with pre-wrap. Our starting point, okay, we're going to find the medial belly, where the gastrocnemius, where that ends, and that's where we'll start the pre-wrap. I let them do pre-wrap the whole way through. Makes it easier to cut it off. So initial anchors, we're going to start at the top. I like to do 3 anchors for making sure the first one's on the skin a little bit. Gives us a good foundation for when we put our stirrups on. Next thing we're going to do is apply the stirrups. We're going to take the stirrups, we're going to make sure that the stirrups are pulled medial to lateral. Okay, we're working with a lateral ankle sprain, so we want to make sure that we're pulling up a little bit extra on that outside, on that lateral aspect. If that ankle moves a little bit, that's not a big deal. The next thing I like to do then is I like to teach them how to anchor those stirrups down. I like to do a malleolus to malleolus anchor, plus that for me personally, that's an area that is weak for me, so I like to put as much tape, a little extra tape there as I can get as we're anchoring down those stirrups, keeps that tight. That's the main structural integrity of the tape job. The next thing, and this is the hardest thing that my students have trouble with, is the angles of the heel locks. I do a heel lock on both sides, alternating sides, pulling down around the calcaneus, coming back up to where we started. So that's what these 2 pictures here are. Then we do figure 8s. Again, I do figure 8s on both sides. I teach them 2 ways. I teach them to start in the calcaneus, pull up or under the bottom of the foot, loop over the top around the ankle, come back down to the start of that calcaneus again. The next one I do, we start at the distal aspect of the foot, we pull it around the top. Okay, I go around the foot first, then come back or down around the ankle and start. I teach those 2 ways. The second way, starting with the dorsal part of the foot, the students seem to do a little bit better because most of the tape they can actually put on themselves before they wrap the rest of the way around. They kind of like that a little bit. We re-anchor everything at the top, kind of make it look nice. Athletes like things to look good when they play, so we like to make sure that everything's going at the top. Again, when I'm doing my stirrups, I make sure that, or my anchors, excuse me, I make sure that they're angled at the top. It's not a complete circle. The athlete can play, they're happy, team's happy. In my situation, parents are happy, and the kids happy, the teammates are happy, and the athletes rejoice because they get to play in the sport that they've chosen to, which is obviously something that's very important. After the game, we need to take it off. So I use the shark. We go down the medial side of the foot, down towards the calcaneus, making sure not to go the whole way through because that makes it a little bit difficult. Coming up the inside of the ankle, and then that's what it will look like when we have it taken off. The possible treatments, we do an ice bucket potentially afterwards, which I have done in the past, as well as a bag of ice. We need to make sure that we're reducing any swelling that the person may have coming off some type of injury, which is important to kind of control that swelling. Because of you, the team won. I'm a Penn State fan, so I picked the national championship volleyball team as my last slide. So again, I appreciate any feedback that you might give. I have to admit, doing this in 15 seconds was quick, but I appreciate any feedback that you might give me, positive or negative or constructive criticism. Thank you.